My dear, I'm so happy to meet you again. I just wish that the circumstances would have been different. I'm so worried over my friend Magda. She was supposed to be waiting here for me, but she hasn't shown up yet, and no one has seen her. Maybe, but I dearly hope that I'm wrong. You see, Magda, in spite of her age, is quite adventurous. In our correspondence, we have been discussing the usage of Haygraven feathers, and her experiments with them has given interesting results. Therefore, she wanted to share her specially prepared Haygraven feathers with me, and also give me some for my own experiments. But alchemy stores rarely have any large supply of Haygraven feathers, and in her last letter, she said something concerning. She said that if she couldn't find as many Haygraven feathers as we both needed, she might go to a Haygraven nest and see if she could find any. I wrote to her and told her to not even consider this, but she just replied, "We'll see." And then she mentioned a particular place. Serpent's Bluff Ruin. Have you heard of that place? Oh dear. I really hope she didn't go there in her efforts to find more Haygraven feathers. Would you do that? Oh, I would be so grateful. I have been thinking of doing so myself, but I can't when I have little Tindra with me. Yes, absolutely. But I don't think I could concentrate on this right now. Not until we know what happened to Magda. I love Vilja dearly, but I must admit that she's never been much of an alchemist. I'll never forget her first potion. It was supposed to restore health, but her father, who drank it, almost died of it. Vilja was actually very shy as a child. Melinda was much more talkative. They made a good team, though, especially when their grandma had been baking. Melinda used to keep her busy by telling her all kinds of stories, while Vilja sneaked up past them and plundered the cake barrel. Talk later. Don't give Tindra
Wouldn't it
any
be nice
meat.
to just
She's
talk a
way
little,
too young
you
to
and
taste
I?
alcohol.
I wish you would be more careful when you're fighting. If you're not concerned of your own life, think of me having to face the enemies alone. Anytime.
Thoring runs the inn. Speak to him.
Don't give Tindra any mead. She's way too young to taste alcohol.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Warwickstead.
Can I come and visit you sometime?
Swagger and brandish his blade as he
Oh dear.
Yes,
I love
yes,
bard
yes!
music, but I wish that Carita's father would keep her busy with other more silent tasks.
Really?
Oh, you talk to
Thank
me like
you.
Drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie
Talk
down and
later.
read. And so then came
Yes?
slashing and slashing of steel, and
So,
the iron last
where are
met
we
till the
going
torch
now?
went full of steel. And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more. When his
Yes,
ugly
sirrah.
red rolled around on the floor.
The entire town is being plagued by horrible nightmares. They're in serious danger, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about it. These dreams are manifestations created by the Daedric Lord, Vermina. She has an awful hunger for our memories. In return, she leaves behind nightmares. Not unlike a cough marks a serious illness. I must end her terrible influence over these people before the damage becomes permanent.
But I am a better alchemist than
I need to return to the source of the problem, to Nightcaller Temple. Perhaps you'd be willing to assist me in that regard. I've already said too much. If anyone overhears what we're saying, it could start a panic.
But
I
of
would
course,
simply ask
she
that
has
you
had
trust
many
me
years to learn her
and help
trade.
me end
How
Dawnstar's
old do you think
nightmares.
she is?
Wonderful. My Lady Mara will be quite pleased. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Come, we must hurry. Vermina resides in a strange realm known as Quagmire, a nightmarish land where reality shifts upon itself in seemingly impossible ways. From her citadel at the center, she reaches forth to collect our memories, leaving nothing in return apart from visions of horror and despair. Who can say? Perhaps she collects them for display like works of art in a nonsensical art gallery. Whatever the case may be, her intentions are far from benevolent.
Do you want to play a game with me?
I promise to answer all of your questions. Follow me.
What's on your mind?
Huh.
Follow me. It's this way. It feels good to finally have a chance to help these people. Helplessly watching them suffer has been difficult. The tower on that hill is our destination. People around here call it the Tower of the Dawn. I'm not familiar with the tower's history, but it was deserted for quite a long time before Nightcaller Temple was established inside. When the temple was active, the priests would rarely be seen in Dawnstar. They preferred to live a solitary existence. The temple has been abandoned for decades now. Ironic, isn't it? A ruin within a ruin. There's a small shrine to Mara I established inside the tower's entry hall. I was hoping to seek spiritual guidance from her. Perhaps my prayers were answered, and your reason for stumbling across Dawnstar is more than a mere coincidence.
Can we talk for a moment? In a way, giants are nice people. They even have pets.
You're pushing your luck. We fight to the last.
strange.
5D, 20. Oh, forget it. I need a moment here.
Uh-oh, did I scratch your pretty face?
Stay still. Seriously, this whole thing is going to be so much easier next time. The beautiful blue skies. How long will we have this peace for, I wonder?
What was I thinking? Strange. We are having a great time together, aren't we? La da 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 do 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 do. Strange. Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I? Can we talk for a moment? I know that Tindra would nag your ears off trying to convince you to let her come and stay with us for a while. You don't have to say yes to her, you know. Of course, I'd be happy to have her here, but she can come at any time when it's convenient for us. So if you don't want her to stay with us right now, you can ask me at any time and I will write a letter to my mother and ask Tindra to come over. It's so nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself? Although I didn't find Windhelm that nice, I decided to stay for a few days. I had caught a cold on my way there and rested for a while at the inn. Strange, elderly innkeeper doesn't seem too fond of elves, yet she seems to get along fairly well with the Dunmerbard, Luafin. I've often wondered why Luafin is working in the Candlehearth Hall, when she could move on to a friendlier town like Whiterun. If I had been an elf living in Windhelm, I would have left the city immediately. The Candlehearth Hall has good drinks, but the food, don't know. Maybe Nils should take lessons in how to add spices properly. Has Elda told you the story about how the Candlehearth Hall got its name? If not, maybe you should ask her about it.
Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking within. Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar. No. Knowing they could never defeat the orcs, the priests of Vermina released what they called the Miasma, putting everyone to sleep. I'm concerned that when this place is unsealed, the miasma will dissipate and they'll awaken, both orcs and priests alike. The miasma was created by the priests of Vermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Because the rituals would last for months or even years, the miasma was designed to slow down the aging process. Sadly, yes. The longer an individual is exposed to the miasma, the more the mind can become damaged. Those who've been under the effect of it for extended periods of time have been known to lose their minds entirely. In some cases, a few never awoke at all. Once we get inside, all will become clear. Yes, Maester.
Do you shout to it all the time? I apologize. I have not been pro. Reluctantly, I shall.
Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? Give me just a moment, and I'll have this open. Now I can show you the source of the nightmares. Over here. Behold the Skull of Corruption, the source of Dawnstar's woes. We must reach the Inner Sanctum and destroy it. Come, there's no time to lose. Someone's gonna get hurt. We fight to the last. I'll teach you to talk to me that way. Damn it! The priest must have activated this barrier when the miasma was released. Impossible, actually. I wonder. There may be a way to bypass the barrier, but I must check their library and confirm it can be done. I suppose there's no point in concealing the truth any longer. My knowledge of this temple comes from personal experience. I was a priest of Vermina. When the orcs invaded the temple, I fled. I left my brothers and sisters here to die. I've spent the last few decades living in regret and seeking redemption from Mara. And by her benevolence, I will right my wrongs. I still have my key to the library. Whenever you're ready, let's move on. Lore holds that the Skull of Corruption holds a constant hunger for the memories of others. The skull has been out of touch for so long, I fear it's gained the ability to reach out on its own and try to feed. What it does with these memories is just conjecture, and an argument for scholars and historians to this very day. We mustn't tarry. This needs to be destroyed as soon as possible. It's just up here. Be careful. We're certain to find more of the Awakened within.
Never should have come here. Someone there?
We're still under attack!
No more!
Barring any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need. We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes called the Dream Stride. The tome bears the likeness of Vermina on the cover. It should be here somewhere. Let me take a look. Mara be praised. There is a way past the barrier to the inner sanctum. It involves a recipe for a liquid known as Vermina's torpor. Yes, the torpor grants an ability the priests of Vermina called the Dream Stride, using dreams to travel distances in the real world. Quite amazing, yes. Alchemy and the blessings of a divine, distilled down into a ingestible liquid. Sadly, I have yet to see it function in person. As a sworn priest of Mara, the elixir won't work for me. The torpor will only work for priests of Vermina, or the unaffiliated. All believe there is a laboratory in the East Wing. If we proceed there, we should be able to locate a sample. You'll be viewing the memory of another through your own eyes and with your own body. Those around you will perceive you as normal, and you will find the words you utter may not be your own. Thanks to all of these odd principles, there is quite a lot of debate as to whether this is really a dream or just the machinations of Vermina. I will watch over you as you slumber to ensure your safety. If I deduce anything is amiss, I will use my arts to bring you back. Otherwise, I am uncertain what will end your dream stride. Perhaps when Vermina's curious appetite has been filled. The laboratory adjoins the library. I'm hoping we'll find a sample of the torpor left undamaged. If you're planning violence against me or mine, you'll be...
Defilers! To the last. Your fight of faith. Wait, we're still under attack.
Release me.
Now that they've been dealt with, we need to find the torpor. It should be in a small bottle, very similar to a potion. I'll begin searching up here. The torpor should be in a tall bottle with dark liquid. If you find it, bring it to me. Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? I'm relieved you discovered a bottle intact. This place looks as though it was ransacked by the orcs. So, I've taken us this far, but you need to guide us the rest of the way. Drink. Dawnstar's fate rests in that tiny bottle. The longer we wait, the more damage Vermina could be doing to those poor people. I understand your hesitation, but I promise you that it works. Let's continue. We still... have much to do.
The orcs have breached the inner sanctum, Brother Baron.
We must hold. We can't allow the stone to fall into their hands.
No more than a handful of us remain, brother.
Then we have no choice. The miasma must be released.
Yes, but brother...
We have no alternative. It's the will of Vermina. And what about you, Brother Casimir? Are you prepared to serve the will of Vermina? Then it's decided. Brother Casimir, you must activate the barrier and release the miasma. Let nothing stop you. Brother Thorin, we must remain here and guard this skull with our lives if necessary.
Agreed to the death.
Then let it be done. Farewell, my brothers. worked. Mara be praised. You vanished after drinking the torpor and materialized on the other side. I've never seen anything quite like it. How I envy you. I can only imagine the excitement of seeing history through the eyes of another. Sadly, I am resigned to just reading of its wonders through my research of the skull. Indeed. My reverence for Vermina's machinations should not take precedence over our mission. My apologies. The inner sanctum lies ahead. We must reach the skull and put an end to Dawnstar's troubles. Lead on, my friend. Come, we must get to the skull and destroy it.